Hey all, and welcome back to Mad Red Dead. This is what I should have been doing in the first place by adding these loading screens so I can make my intro. So, we got dumped and fell asleep.
Hey!
Oh, we're not dead. Okay.
Alright, little rat. I'll explain things. You're officiating.
Asphyxiating.
He's strangled.
Happens to rats a lot. But anyone would pass out after seeing that much blood. That wasn't even really there. Anyway, do you feel any remorse for killing your fellow rats?
Just gonna say this right now, the future dialogue boxes like this are not gonna matter in the long run, so just pick whatever you want.
I
mean,
understand.
They started it.
You despise being tied down by the rules. This lab is dangerous. All those zombie animals roaming around. You can't stay here. You should get outside.
You're wasting away.
It's not so bad there. I want you to chase a dream that will be better for you. I can guide you to the outside. Let me ask you one last thing. On your final day, will you be able to aim for a happy ending without giving up?
Oh, I sure damn. I sure damn hope so. I paid $40 for this game.
Very well. That is the salvation you shall be given.
Okay.
Excuse me. All right then. This is all the time we have for now. It's time to wake up. I believe in you, little rats.
And so we wake up in blackness. Okay, never mind. We're in the sewer.
Hey there, little buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me? Oh, gee, oh, heavens to Betsy, he can talk. Hey, hell no.
Yeah.
You scared me. You just fainted randomly. And then, like, you went stiff, and then actually, pieces are coming together.
What am I doing here? How is that one gasp the only thing that's peaked in this session so far?
I don't know. Where are we? Heaven?
No, I just got back from there, I think.
Must be someplace else. I thought you were in hell.
No.
We aren't inside the lab, are we?
But it's kind of exciting, isn't it?
I can't imagine the human would be here. I have to get back to where he is.
What? Say what? Sorry. But we're already
No,
here.
the line
Let's
is
check it out.
say
God, I've never seen a silver spar before.
Who cares about water?
I do.
Excuse me?
Do you want a drink? I wonder how it tastes.
Don't drink it.
I'm drinking it.
Plus, it stinks.
That it builds character. And I guess you have to be careful not to slip and swallow it.
Among other things.
Good night, everybody.
You don't need to tell me that.
And yeah, that's pretty much your hint that, yeah, you should not go touching the water, because that shit will kill you just as badly as those nightmares do.
And are we gonna have to deal with raising and falling water levels soon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
And
dear.
strain.
Okay. And then, yeah, we mentioned it was a collab, but it does look like, at least for now, that Dies was one of the primary contributors for the soundtrack.
Yeah, and again, I think his stuff is easily some of the best out of the bunch. And so yeah, now we're dealing with the sewer levels, and well, as mentioned before, you're mostly going to have to be dealing with, rising water levels. Though it's one of those things where it's, it rises and lowers, and you'll get a good enough indication on where, like, the danger zones that you should be worrying about.
Okay. All right.
Like, so long as you're on these on these more teal-like tiles, you should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would you say that this could be now canonically your favorite sewer level?
It's up there. I definitely won't deny that.
I'm trying to think of any other good. Hype. Do you know of any actual good sewer levels?
None that come, immediately to mind, and if I can think of any, they're either levels that are just okay, or levels that are of the same quality as the rest of the game.
Right.
What do you think of Sewer Later from Crash?
that's Crush 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Crush 2.
I remember it being alright.
The only
Oh!
oh yeah, there. we
You
have to be
touched the
careful.
water! Go clean
But
yourself.
with your toe.
It's just the tippy top of the water. I mean, how could that take out a mad rat?
Infection kills, but no. I mean, my only problem with sewer or later would be the part where you have to backtrack through the nitro crates.
Yeah, that part.
That I
was
do
being
remember.
a bit of a pain.
Oh, you
Also,
just
thank
touched
you,
it and
Wood.
it didn't affect you.
Oh no, because wood. Oh no, because he must have been climbing up or something. I don't know. Button input.
I think
yeah,
the wood
thank you, Water.
saved me because that's like the one platform that will always rise alongside the water. Like it's your safety net.
So I'm
As
gonna
science would denote.
I'm gonna assume that currently where the story is that after we asphyxiated the human, just kind of dumped us out.
That's what's insinuated, I guess. Though I wouldn't be surprised if maybe I don't. You know what? For all I know, that might be it because it does sort of lead to a plot point that is brought up later.
Okay. I'm trying to
Okay.
think like, unless the rat god herself is able to like move us around.
Oh. You know, I'm not gonna lie, like, that death animation of his, like, because
Unless
of the way
maybe the
his
rat
snout
god
looks,
herself
I
maybe
keep
was the one who moved it. Sorry, I was doing a time travel joke. Continue, Hype.
I was about to say, like, well, whenever I see his death animation, like, because of the way his head is angled and I have a hard time seeing his mouth, I keep thinking that his open stomach there is actually, like, his open jaw.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it
just
is
like-
funny considering the fact like you see that that carved out stomach of his, and you can clearly see teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
Although
like,
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
that's
if
supposed
he,
to be like a rib cage.
like, if he
I think it
happens
is,
to
but
die,
Still.
I was about to say, if he
Right.
happens to die again in this level, just look again and you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Okay.
enough. Oh, trust me. Like once we start getting to the later levels, I'm gonna be fumbling around like a dumbass left and right.
I absolutely
Alrighty.
understand that's gonna happen. It's the game. It's,
I mean, I'm surprised I was able to get through most, if not all, the levels in this run through with mostly S pluses or just S ranks in general. But otherwise, yeah, no, there are times where I just fumble around like a little lab rat.
I mean, again, it helps that the game is generous with its because it understands
Oh,
its
snap.
difficulty. Oh,
And yeah, in moments like that is where, like, I think I also brought this up to look at, but like, whenever you're like moving around, you do have a way of actually moving faster than normal. Whereas instead of just tapping the A button, you can also tap the A button while holding in a particular direction. You do move faster that way. Or you can also press the X button to hold in like a supercharge.
oh, awesome. Oh, that's
Just
right.
in
that-
case you're
right,
regular-
revving. Right.
Yeah, Mad Rat has a lot of options to see himself through, which is, kind of interesting because with all those options, you'd figure maybe it would make this game a little too, I don't know, testy. But no, it's just enough.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to like. Ooh.
Time for the story to bring to a resume.
I can feel the jazz.
You'll die before you kill the human, though. You gotta be careful, man.
Well, that's why I got the power to turn back time.
But are you really going to die once? Are you really going to die once night falls? If you don't want to die, can't you just turn back time forever? Let's just keep this going forever and ever.
There's no point in doing that. Doing the same thing in the same place? That's no different from the wheel.
Is this fair?
I need to do something great before I die.
I mean, think of the Christmas episode for Fairly Odd Parents. You don't want to revisit that shit forever and ever.
I'm sure if I kill him, I'll be okay with dying happy.
Oh, that sure is a troublesome wish.
Yeah.
If I don't leave my mark on this world, I can't die in peace.
I think there are a lot of other ways to leave your mark, dude. You know, have you tried crocheting?
You don't get it!
Oh,
And now he's going to prove his point by making a crummy doodle on the wall.
Aww.
What's this? It looks like a little teddy.
It's my cute face.
It's okay.
That face.
I want to pinch your cheeks.
Alright. This ugly doodle's completely meaningless.
See? It's not easy to do something like that'll let you die in peace. I know I can welcome death with a smile once I get my revenge.
Was that the point he was making, or?
Yeah, just that crummy doodle on the wall. Like, who the heck's gonna notice?
That is fair. Huh.
I mean,
Okay,
considering you're in
see.
a sewer, yes. If you were
Oh,
someplace
right,
else,
boy.
it would help.
Electro Cutie.
You know what the sad thing is? Making a crummy doodle on the wall is really no different than posting a crummy doodle on DeviantArt or
Yeah.
Twitter.
And I guess
Unless you get like
that-
real stupidly lucky with the freaking what's the word? The
You know, I should say for me. You know, you are right. Like, posting a crappy doodle in the sewer is no different than doing it on those sites. And I should know, as someone that's done a lot of those crappy doodles.
You were fine. Just that one time somebody stole your art, which was really weird. They started the video.
just no, it's one of those cases where unless the algorithms were deciding to work with you at the time, you're not going to make yourself known very well.
It's a whole thing.
And honestly, Logan, I'm convinced that the only reason... Because I looked on that dude's channel, I'm convinced that the only reason he stole it wasn't because the art was good, it's because of the character I drew, because their channel is just full of stolen stuff focusing on that particular character.
That is odd. But what was I gonna say? We mentioned that. And, okay, I get now. He mentioned the leaving a mark, right? So I was trying. So I can tell about a simple little anecdotal joke that just happened. Was I was wanting to look up the composer who did this song, Electro Cutie. He goes by Xati, Xati. And when I googled Xati, the first thing I found was that how to remove Xati ransomware, because apparently Xati is also the name of a virus.
Ugh, that's great.
Okay.
Look up Xati composer. Nope, nothing.
Oh,
But
okay.
I
Try
can-
Zodi Mad Rat Dead.
Let's try that. I can say right now, while we're doing this, what I can talk about is that the artist who did all these cute little doodles, her name is Yu Mizokami. And she joined Nice a while back, and very interestingly enough, her for
Oh, yeah, see, that's what I mean. Look at his face.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. Yeah.
it has the but for those it actually
Again? Come
I can
on,
sort of see
man.
what. Honestly, kind of gives me All Real Monsters vibes when you mention it like that.
which actually, I was
Actually, you
gonna
know
say-
what?
Go ahead.
Now that you make that comparison, next time he dies, could you put in the Howie scream? Because I know they use that in the intro.
That's fair.
But I was gonna say, funny you mentioned the whole monsters thing. So yeah, so Yu Mizokami, before she worked on this game in its cute little cartoony art style, the main project she worked on for Nice was
Oh jeez,
Yomawari.
no! Ah!
Ah, you were so close.
You're welcome, hype.
There you go. The first project she worked on was Yomawari, that survival horror with cute anime girls that it
Oh
released
yeah,
the
that
2-pack.
game.
Yeah, it released that 2-pack on a Switch a while back. If anyone wants to try the
That
first and
creepy
second
as
games.
creepy as butt game.
No, yeah, it's super creepy. The idea is that like you can't see the monsters unless they're like really nearby because they're invisible, and
It's very
dark.
creepy. It's almost as if it's some kind of horror game or something.
it's dark, dude. Like just to spoil one part of the game for anybody, please skip ahead like 10 seconds starting now. There's a tutorial that teaches you how to interact with objects, and when you press the button to throw something, you throw a ball for your dog to fetch, and it immediately gets run over by a car because you threw it into the street.
Oh,
shit.
no.
Like, are you forced to throw it to
And
the
it's
street?
all about you trying to find them, and it's just, oh gosh, yeah. I do like Nice. Nice is almost like the Japanese. Well, they were before the company became a thing. They're like the Japanese Devolver Digital with all the wacky, quirky indie titles they promote.
It does kind of feel like that at times,
Okay,
especially
so-
with like their Disgaea games.
Also, Nice is also a publisher?
Yeah, they're a publisher and a developer.
Ah!
Let me look up some of the stuff they've published but haven't.
Actually,
One thing I do remember, that's most notable that sad coincidence considering it's getting delisted off the Wii U eShop for better or worse. Rodea the Sky Soldier, they did publish that game.
Oh right. Yeah, no, that's sad.
I mean, it was thanks to those chuckle nuts we were able to get the original Wii version of Rodea on the Wii U release, at least for the first couple of
Oh right, and they also and they did publish Little Town Hero.
that too.
Yeah, for better or for worse. They also published La Milana, which, fun times. Oh, by the way, did you know that La Milana 1 is one of the most underrated James Man Extreme playthroughs of all time? I mean, seriously,
Wait,
Did you see? Did you see them? You sell out.
Sorry,
Didn't see-
I got distracted by the bit.
Sorry.
okay.
They didn't see the difference for you, to be honest. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I understand it's not for everything.
you're saying that I'm like them?
Yes.
What do I even look like to you?
A rat. Aren't all rats basically the same?
You
That's
racist?
racist, son.
You just have some stitches on your stomach, or are those what they are? I thought they were teeth.
This is nothing compared to how they look.
Oh? Do you regret it? Killing them? By the way, audience, did you remember that we killed them? We didn't just bonk them on the head?
I could care less about those losers.
Could you now?
If I'm going to kill a human, those rats should be nothing.
Fair.
And are we glancing over the fact that they tried to kill me first?
Things like that are gonna land you in hot water with the sensors.
Quit being such a wimp. I'm gonna die tonight either way. I don't care if I get in trouble.
Vandals. Look at you acting all tough. You're gonna regret it.
Shut up. I'm not afraid. I'm gonna die tonight after all.
Well,
Way to be so defensive.
yeah. But hopefully we're almost out of these sewers.
Also, I did want to actually bring this up while you were talking about what was that? What was that game called again? The
Llama
horror
Llama.
one.
Oh no, the
No,
horror.
no, the horror.
Yomawari.
It was a
Yo,
horror to go
Maury.
through, I'll say that much. No, I'm kidding.
And just the fact that it does get away with like that tutorial bit that literally gets a dog straight up murdered or
Right.
run over by a truck. I mean, this game never gets. This game doesn't get quite as graphic as those games possibly do, but this game does make the most out of its T rating.
I mean, already with those freaking rats with brains growing out of their heads.
Oh, you think that's bad?
Yeah, and the fact that he fainted from blood, which didn't even exist. Anyone would be scared of that.
I mean, granted, you did see the little yellow liquid that came out of those rats after all of a sudden done.
True.
But yeah, no, trust me, this game does not pull its punches. And I mean, if there's one thing I'll definitely give this game credit for, it's that. Even if it does go for a mostly lighthearted style.
Yeah.
I guess
Well, I
it's
mean,
one of
okay,
those
lighthearted-
looks can be deceiving kind of tricks that they can pull off.
Oh, absolutely! Like you expect a game along a similar level of Disgaea, and don't you worry, there are plenty of moments like that. But this game is willing to throw a monkey wrench in the equation and make you really hurt you hard in the feels.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
well-
I'll take note of that.
I don't know if I already brought this up, but one game that Nice did way back in the day that I've always been curious to look at, especially because I just now learned that they made a DS port of the game, and I didn't realize it. I thought it was only on PlayStation 1. Was a game called Rhapsody, a musical adventure.
Oh yeah,
I think I've heard
remember
of
that
Rhapsody, actually. I think some friends played it back when in high school.
Yeah, it's... Oh,
game. I know with the
curse you, mouth harp.
I think you should have won up.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, go ahead.
I think
James.
I think it might still be possible to go this way as I demonstrate.
Oh,
But
it's all about timing.
I do remember actually owning Rhapsody for a little while back when GameStop actually still sold PS1 games at a discount.
Yeah.
And like in several ways, I do definitely get some Disgaea vibes in terms of its battle system. Because what's weird is that it goes for like a turn-based battle system, except where the characters do still move around like you would like a typical strategy RPG.
Right.
Which is kind of weird. And I think from what I heard, they actually nixed that for the DS release, where they treat it more like a standard turn-based RPG.
I guess okay. I mean, I'm okay with that in terms of like having it be more straightforward because I guess then the only thing that would be a deal breaker for me is I hope that the sound quality is still pretty okay because yeah, as the name suggests, most of the cutscenes are all sung like an actual Broadway musical.
What's also worth noting that Rhapsody actually came with a literal soundtrack. Like treated like a two disc game, but the second disc is just the audio soundtrack.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay,
And then-
cool.
And I just remember there were some really fun bits and stuff, like the villainess singing about how she's madly in love with the prince, and then all of her mooks just kind of sing their own little aside going, "Don't you know you're old enough to be his mother?"
Oh!
Oh,
And they just,
I
she
mean,
gets mad
I don't
at it.
remember that, but I definitely don't remember that song. But then again, I never really did get far into that game. Like the most I remember, like maybe the intro song and like this other cheesy Disney princess-ass song that you hear
Oh
pretty
yeah, no, at the
early
very
on.
beginning, right? But I can find you that. It's just a quick thing piano. Other than that, it's just all the silly, sprite animation stuff.
I mean, I'll give it credit if nothing else that they literally they do have English vocals for some of the songs, and they're pretty alright for their time.
That's funny, Jordan.
I'm laughing because look at Hart. He's just DJing it out.
Oop.
He was
Oh, yeah,
DJing
no,
it out.
was.
Thanks a lot, James. You threw off his
You're
groove.
welcome. I'm sorry, but you threw off the Mad Brat's groove.
Instead of just a sorry, you just hear like a rat yelling. Yeah, like that.
What was that?
Well, no, that was you, but I just imagine.
Oh, careful with this bit, because what they expect you to do here is that when you're on the walls, like doing your typical wall jump, if you just do it all willy-nilly, those firewall nightmares will literally just fall right on you. What you want to do is, like, once you're on the wall, do like a little charge motion. It'll give you just enough time for you to let it fall and then make your jump a little more safely.
Because the other thing,
Ah,
I noticed
okay.
that if you fall, because I noticed that if you go away from the wall, you could lose your chain and not be able to wall jump anymore.
Right, like
That
trust-
makes sense.
that is one thing I do think this game could have done a better job of, explaining, because that did seem a little out of nowhere.
Actually,
Literal sucker punch.
before we do end, I want Logan to finish his thought about the whole like.
No, it wasn't the E. It was what broke me was the fact that you said the words "a rat yelling." So I just imagined taking a rat. I don't condone abuse of animals, but just
No.
taking a rat and throwing it out a window. And what if the rat actually went ah? It actually made that sound and went flying out the window.
So Jerry doing his buddy's yell.
Either that, or remember that video that Matt showed us where it was the crocodile getting like beat up by all the hippos while What a Wonderful World plays. You just hear this like as the crocodiles do you remember that?
That sounds
I
familiar.
vaguely remember.
I'm gonna show that video before the next video because it's a very
Okay.
short one. But no. Stay tuned. We're hopefully we're getting out of these sewers.
Till next time, everybody.
Bye.
Ooh.